That is the central idea of The One Thing by Gary Keller and Papasan, a book that strips success down to its most powerful principle: clarity of focus. At its heart lies one transformative question: what's the one thing I can do, such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? In our last journey, with a random walk down Wall Street, we learned how to build long-term wealth through wise financial choices. But as we all know, wealth alone does not guarantee fulfillment or impact. The ability to direct our energy toward what matters most, whether in career, relationships, or personal growth, is what truly defines success. The One Thing gives us the tools to do exactly that. By dismantling the myths of multitasking, balance, and sheer willpower, it reveals how purpose, priority, and discipline can help us unlock our highest potential. This is not about being busy, it's about being effective, intentional, and unstoppable.
Part 1: The Lies. In Part 1 of The One Thing, Gary Keller and Papasan explore the false beliefs that hold people back from extraordinary results. The authors argue that much of what we think about productivity, success, and time management is built on myths that sabotage our focus. They stress that chasing too many goals at once dilutes energy and prevents mastery. Through clear examples, they show how multitasking, constant busyness, and the idea of a perfectly balanced life are illusions. Instead of spreading yourself thin, you should identify and focus on the single most important thing that drives results. This part serves as a wake-up call, urging readers to challenge popular assumptions about success. By breaking free from these misconceptions, you can unlock your full potential and work with clarity. It sets the stage for adopting a mindset centered on simplicity and purposeful action. Ultimately, Part 1 prepares you to replace distraction with direction. Chapter 1. Everything matters equally. Many people believe all tasks hold equal importance, but this is a dangerous myth. The truth is, most of our results come from a small portion of our efforts. This is the 80-20 rule in action. Keller emphasizes that chasing every task equally leads to mediocrity. Instead, we must identify the small number of activities that truly matter and produce the greatest impact. This means ignoring the false sense of productivity that comes from simply being busy. A to-do list should not be a catch-all. It must be a success list. By focusing on what matters most, you make meaningful progress rather than shallow movement. Ultimately, success is about doing fewer things for greater effect. Priority, not priorities, should be the guiding force of our actions. Chapter 2. Multitasking. Multitasking is often seen as a sign of efficiency, but it actually divides attention and lowers quality. Keller points out that our brains are not wired to focus on two high-level cognitive tasks at once. Switching between tasks costs time and mental energy, creating what he calls a switching cost. Over time, this constant shifting leads to more mistakes and slower results. Multitasking gives the illusion of productivity while actually delaying completion. Important tasks require deep focus, and that's impossible when attention is scattered. Instead of doing more at once, we should do one thing at a time with full concentration. The more we multitask, the more our productivity suffers. True achievement comes from focused, uninterrupted effort. Chapter 3. A disciplined life. Many think success requires unending discipline, but Keller reveals that discipline is a tool, not a lifestyle. We need enough discipline to form the right habits, and then those habits take over. Success is built on doing the right thing long enough for it to become automatic. Discipline is hard to sustain endlessly, but habits reduce the need for constant willpower. For example, once you develop the habit of starting your day with your most important task, you no longer have to force yourself daily. The key is to be selective, apply discipline where it will have the most impact. Over time, fewer but stronger habits lead to extraordinary results. Discipline starts the journey, but habit finishes it. Chapter 4. Willpower is always on will call. Willpower is often seen as unlimited, but in reality, it's a finite resource. Keller explains that willpower works like a battery. It depletes as the day goes on. Making decisions, resisting temptations, or tackling challenges all drain it. This means that important work should be done when willpower is strongest, usually early in the day. Saving your most critical tasks for later risks poor quality and reduced energy. By aligning your schedule with your energy peaks, you use willpower strategically. Willpower is too precious to waste on unimportant tasks. Understanding its limits helps you protect it for what matters most. The key is to manage willpower, not assume it's always available. Chapter 5. A Balanced Life. The idea of perfect life balance is appealing but unrealistic. Keller argues that balance should not mean giving equal time to everything, but rather counterbalancing as needed. In pursuit of success, some areas of life will temporarily get more focus while others take a back seat. The problem comes when we let neglect turn into abandonment. Short-term imbalance is acceptable if it serves long-term priorities. We must consciously choose where to be out of balance and for how long. Constantly chasing balance can water down focus and prevent mastery. Extraordinary results require intense focus on the most important goal at the moment. Balance is not the goal, purposeful imbalance is. Chapter 6. Big is bad. Many people think aiming big is risky or unrealistic, but Keller insists the opposite is true. Thinking small limits creativity, ambition, and achievement. Big goals inspire bigger actions which produce greater results. Small thinking often comes from fear of failure, societal pressure, or comfort zones. Keller encourages embracing big because it forces you to find better solutions. The size of your question determines the size of your answer. Ask bigger questions and you get bigger possibilities. While big thinking may feel intimidating, it brings out your true potential. Playing it safe keeps you average. Thinking big can make you extraordinary. In the long run, big is not bad, small is.
Part 2. The Truth. In Part 2, Keller breaks down the common lies that hold people back from extraordinary success, replacing them with principles rooted in research and real-world experience. He challenges widely accepted myths such as multitasking, the need for perfect work-life balance, and the idea that everything matters equally. This section shifts the reader's mindset from being busy to being productive, emphasizing the power of focused energy on what truly drives results. Keller provides clarity on how these lies create stress, dilute efforts, and delay progress. By revealing the truth behind these misconceptions, he equips readers to make better decisions about where to invest their time and energy. Part 2 acts as a mental reset, encouraging a disciplined approach to work and life. It's about breaking free from cultural pressures and adopting a success model built on clarity, focus, and purpose. This section prepares the foundation for taking smarter, more impactful actions. Chapter 7. The Focusing Question. Keller introduces the central idea of the book. The focusing question: what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This question is designed to cut through distractions and identify the action that has the highest leverage. By consistently asking it, individuals prioritize tasks that drive the greatest results. The chapter emphasizes that answering the question daily leads to clarity and removes indecision. It helps avoid the trap of spreading energy too thin across multiple low-impact activities. Keller shows that focusing on the one thing aligns effort with long-term goals. This habit fosters productivity, discipline, and purpose. Readers learn that small, focused actions compound into extraordinary outcomes. Applying the focusing question consistently is the foundation for achieving success. Chapter 8. The Success Habit. This chapter explains how making the focusing question a daily habit transforms behavior. Keller stresses that extraordinary results come from repeated, consistent action rather than sporadic effort. The one thing becomes a lens through which all decisions are filtered, ensuring alignment with top priorities. Habit formation is central. By embedding the focusing question into routines, focus becomes automatic. He warns against relying on motivation alone, as it is unpredictable and insufficient. Discipline applied to the one thing builds momentum over time. The chapter emphasizes that small, consistent steps toward a major goal yield outsized results. By making the focusing question habitual, you create a self-reinforcing cycle of productivity. Success becomes repeatable and measurable. Chapter 9. Live with Purpose. Keller emphasizes connecting your one thing to your larger life purpose. Knowing why you are pursuing a goal increases motivation, resilience, and satisfaction. Purpose acts as a compass, guiding decisions and focus even during challenging periods. When your actions align with long-term goals, you naturally prioritize the most impactful tasks. The chapter highlights that purpose-driven work reduces wasted effort on trivial matters. It also strengthens commitment and discipline because the goal has personal significance. Keller shows that individuals who link daily actions to a larger mission experience both greater achievement and fulfillment. This alignment creates clarity, focus, and a roadmap for success. Purpose ensures that effort is not just productive but meaningful. Chapter 10, Live by Priority. After identifying your one thing and purpose, Keller stresses breaking long-term goals into daily priorities. The chapter explains how to structure work by focusing on the most important task first, preventing low-value tasks from consuming energy. Prioritization protects time, reduces stress, and ensures consistent progress toward significant outcomes. Keller introduces the concept of time blocking to schedule uninterrupted periods for high-leverage work. Daily focus compounds over time, turning small actions into major achievements. He emphasizes that saying no to distractions is just as important as saying yes to priorities. Live by priority means making deliberate choices about what receives your attention. Consistently acting on the most important task ensures steady advancement toward extraordinary results. Chapter 11, Live for Productivity. This chapter focuses on protecting your time and energy to maintain high productivity. Keller explains that without safeguarding your schedule, even the best plans fail. Time blocking is crucial, along with eliminating distractions and saying no to low-impact requests. Productivity is not about working longer hours, but about working smarter on what truly matters. He also highlights the importance of energy management, including breaks, rest, and health. Peak performance requires aligning high-value tasks with peak energy periods. By living for productivity, you consistently make progress on your one thing without burning out. Keller stresses that intentional focus beats busyness every time. Protecting time and energy is a key habit for achieving extraordinary results.
Part 3, Extraordinary Results. Unlocking the possibilities within you. Part 3 shows how to apply the one thing principle to achieve extraordinary results in all areas of life. Keller emphasizes that focusing on what matters most consistently produces exponential outcomes. This section moves beyond mindset and habits, guiding readers to implement strategies for mastery, purpose, and accountability. It addresses common obstacles and distractions that steal time, energy, and focus. The authors illustrate how sustained commitment, disciplined prioritization, and smart decision-making compound over time. Part 3 provides practical frameworks for turning focus into measurable achievement. By the end, readers understand how to integrate the one thing into daily life to unlock long-term success and fulfillment. Chapter 12, The 3 Commitments. Keller explains that extraordinary results require adopting 3 key commitments: mastery, purpose, and accountability. Mastery demands consistent practice and learning in your chosen one thing. Purpose gives direction and motivation, connecting daily actions to long-term goals. Accountability ensures you stay on track and take responsibility for results. Together, these commitments create a framework for consistent, focused action. Keller emphasizes that without them, effort becomes scattered and potential is wasted. The chapter provides practical guidance on how to integrate these commitments into daily life. Readers learn that extraordinary achievement is not luck. It is the result of deliberate, disciplined choices. Focusing on the one thing within this framework multiplies impact. Chapter 13, The 4 Thieves. Keller identifies for obstacles that steal time and productivity: inability to say no, fear of chaos, poor health habits, and an unsupportive environment. Saying yes to low-priority requests drains energy from high-impact work. Fear of chaos makes people avoid focusing on one thing at a time, creating unnecessary stress. Poor health habits reduce energy, concentration, and endurance, limiting potential. A negative or distracting environment can sabotage progress and focus. Keller provides strategies to counter each thief, such as setting boundaries, simplifying systems, and designing supportive surroundings. Awareness of these obstacles allows deliberate action to prevent them from undermining productivity. Addressing these thieves protects focus and preserves momentum toward extraordinary results. Chapter 14, The Journey. The final chapter emphasizes that applying the one thing is a lifelong practice, not a temporary strategy. Keller reminds readers that extraordinary results come from consistent focus, daily habits, and strategic prioritization over years. Challenges and distractions are inevitable, but a disciplined approach ensures sustained progress. The journey requires patience, persistence, and flexibility, adjusting focus as goals evolve. Keller encourages celebrating small wins to maintain motivation and momentum. He stresses that embracing the one thing transforms both professional and personal life. By living with purpose, prioritizing the most important tasks, and protecting time and energy, you unlock your full potential. The journey itself becomes a source of growth, fulfillment, and remarkable achievement.
Conclusion. The one thing shows that extraordinary results come from focusing on the few actions that matter most. By prioritizing your one thing, protecting your time, and building supportive habits, you achieve clarity, productivity, and purpose. Avoid multitasking, chasing balance, or spreading yourself thin. Focus and discipline compound into remarkable results. Success becomes deliberate and achievable when you commit to what truly matters. If you found this useful, stay tuned for our next deep dive, Indistractable by Nir Eyal. Learn to master your attention, overcome distractions, and protect your focus. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Empowerment Library for book summaries and actionable insights.